In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 steps in becoming a millionaire in retirement, and it starts right now. Hey, what's going on everyone? If this is your first time here at Let's Talk Finances, my name is Trey, and if you are interested in the best tips and strategies in getting out of debt, staying out of debt, becoming financially independent so that you can begin building generational wealth, start right now by hitting the subscribe button and also the notification bell. Building that $1 million net worth is something that is very elusive that we all aim to accomplish. However, it definitely is a lot easier said than done. But if you implement the proper steps and strategies, you definitely can reach those goals. And today we're going to be going over exactly that. 5 steps in becoming a millionaire in retirement. And here we go. Step number 1, setting goals. Nobody plans to fail, but plenty of individuals fail to plan. Making a plan is the leading self-help advice from billionaires, millionaires, business moguls, and athletes. Some of the goals that you should be making for yourself if you're looking to accomplish that $1 million net worth are proper retirement planning for the long haul. Now, when you speak of retirement planning, obviously it encompasses a lot of different types of information. But one of the most important things would be, how much do you need to be saving each month in order to meet that goal? So along with that, budgeting your finances is a very key element in reaching these goals. Studies show that today in 2021, only 42% of the population actually plan for the long term in retirement. Even in the military, is something that we learn early on, is to backwards plan for forward action. And essentially what that means is goals without any plan set in place are goals that probably will not be reached. And in order for you to reach those millionaire net worth goals, you need to start implementing your 5, 10, 15, and 20-year plans. Start early so that as you start getting closer to retirement, it becomes a little bit easier. Put down in the comments below what some of your 5 and 10-year goals are. Step number 2 in building that $1 million net worth in retirement, and that is becoming a conscious spender and living below your means. If your standard of living is such that you cannot survive off of your own income, then chances are you are living way above your means. Now, I know this can become a very touchy subject, especially amongst individuals who aren't used to talking about finances. But that's exactly what you have to do in order to capture control of your finances so that you can reach that $1 million net worth. In today's day and age, it becomes very easy to emotionally shop. Some people do emotional eating and others do emotional shopping, meaning the events that unfold in today's life makes people stress the hell out. And when you start stressing the hell out, you go to places to look to vent. And a lot of people go to Amazon, online shopping, or just go somewhere to shop so that they feel better about themselves. But what they end up doing is putting themselves further and further in debt. 2021, over 82% of the population are in credit card debt. And that is a staggering figure, and the majority of these individuals are over $45,000 in debt. It's gotten to the point where debt has become normal. It's become abnormal to not have debt, and that is not okay. So become intentional with your spending and live below your means. Obviously, living below your means, some people would associate that to being frugal. And the automatic thought process that comes to mind when you say being frugal means, okay, I have to penny pinch, live off of rice and beans, and I can never enjoy my life or the money that I make. And that is the furthest from the truth. If living frugally is something that you have heard about, but you want to know more about it, in this video, I actually went over that. So watch that video after this one. But one thing to note about becoming a conscious spender is that it's not about how much money you make, but more so about what you do with the money that you have. The vast majority of individuals who are earning a steady income have enough money to invest in order to become a millionaire by retirement. The problem becomes, however, that they're putting their money in vehicles that are not making them money, but bringing more debt. And that is something that you have to take into account when you're trying to build that $1 million net worth. Oftentimes we'll give ourselves these excuses and saying, hey, I worked so hard, I deserve that new purse, I deserve those new shoes, I deserve that new truck, I deserve that new watch. And the reality is, a lot of the things that we'll spend our money on, we really don't need. We just want it to make ourselves feel better. I'll give you an example. So I recently had a Lexus LS, right? It was a car that I wanted to get for a long time. I could afford it. I had no issues with the payments. Everything was good. But I got to this point where I started realizing that wasn't because I needed it, but it was because I wanted it. I wanted a Lexus. I wanted something that showed that I was well off, that I was financially responsible, and that I was bringing in a lot of income. And that's something that didn't really sit well with me. So I sold it. And I went and bought a older 1995 F-150 and I paid cash for it. Obviously, you don't have to go to that extreme. But the point that I'm making here is if you want to build that $1 million net worth in retirement, then you have to be intentional with your money and you have to delay your gratification. The third thing that you need to do in order to become a millionaire in retirement is start saving money. In 2021, 52% of the population do not save, do not have a savings account, and cannot afford a $300 emergency. That emergency being medical bills, mechanical expenses, etc., etc. If you're looking to build that $1 million net worth, then you have to start putting money away. If your question becomes, hey, if I want to start saving, where do I start? Well, the first place I would say is your employer's 401k. It's a great place for you to start putting money away. My advice would be to start setting up auto withdrawals from your check so it can automatically go into your 401k plan. If you're considering investing in your company's 401k, just ensure that when you set it up, you know where your funds are going. There are a vast majority of individuals, to include with TSP, that have started investing but did not go back to check on it, and you're put into the G fund or a target dated fund. The last part about saving that you should really be keen on is your savings should rise as your income does. The fourth thing that we really need to discuss if you want to build that $1 million net worth is building an emergency fund. A part of long-term financial planning is accepting that setbacks can and will occur. Hopefully those setbacks will be minute, but in certain instances they are not. I recently had a conversation with a gentleman whose question was, hey, what can I put my money into that I can pull out right away in the event of an emergency? And my answer to him to begin with was, well, you don't really want to pull your money out of an investment because of an emergency. You would want to pull money out of your emergency fund so that you don't have to pull money out of your investments. But you should rest comfortably in knowing that you have a nest egg that's specifically for that type of a situation. Now, most individuals would say you need 1 to 3 months of an emergency fund to be comfortable. However, I generally would say 3 to 6 months, and if you can go higher than that, that will be great for you. The biggest reason I would say that you should build that emergency fund is so that you are not relying on credit cards to pay for things. You want to stay as far away from debt as possible. Debt is a cancer to your ability to accumulate wealth. So building that emergency fund is essential, and you should be doing that before you do anything else. If you're currently in debt, if you want to start investing, before doing any of that, you should have an emergency fund. It's one of the most important aspects to being financially secure and financially free. If you're currently in debt and you don't quite know how to tackle that, I highly recommend 2 particular ways of getting yourself out of that debt. And that would be the snowball method and the avalanche method. If it's something that you've heard of but you're not familiar with it, I went over the avalanche method in this video, so be sure to check that one out after this. However, if you're more so interested in the debt snowball method, I went over that in this video, so be sure to check that one out so that you can get out of debt and begin building wealth. This brings us to our 5th step in building that $1 million net worth, and that is start investing. Nearly half of the population do not invest. So here are the top 3 reasons of which people have stated that they do not invest. Reason number 1, they don't have enough money. Reason number 2, they don't have enough info. And reason number 3, it's too risky. Most people who state that they don't have enough money actually make enough money, but they have too much money going out in correlation to the money that they have coming in to be able to invest. The reason number 2 of which people have stated that they don't have enough info. Well, you have channels like this one that's specifically dedicated in helping you get out of debt so that you can become financially independent. The reality is everything won't be given to you on a silver spoon. That's just life. But what you need to do is go out and seek this information for your own situational awareness so that you will have the ability to accumulate generational wealth. Because at a certain point, it stops becoming about you and it becomes more so about the generations to follow after you. The third thing being, it's too risky and or difficult. Investing can assume some volatility, but with the proper research, the proper guidance, and the correct strategies, you can mitigate that volatility, put money into your investment vehicles that is sure to help you in becoming a millionaire in retirement. Not investing forces you to miss out on key opportunities to grow your wealth. How do I do so? Well, in this video, I actually went over that, investing for beginners. So check that video out after this one. Highly encourage those individuals who are married or couples to not shy away from discussing finances. The better your communication with each other, the more likely it is that the two of you collectively will be able to amass generational wealth for years to come. If you found this video to be insightful or helpful in any way, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I will greatly appreciate it. So as always, I want to thank all of the men and women who have served and who continue to serve this country. I greatly appreciate you, as do we all. So until the next video, let's talk finances then.